YouTube channel. Yes, this is my very first video, and well, I wanted to do a get to know me tag, but I wasn't really sure I should do it this early, so I think that'll probably come later in this channel. For now, I'll just give you basic things you need to know about me. First, my name is Princess Chukusa. My middle name is Erica. And about my channel, so what I'm going to be doing in this channel, because it's me, is talking about lifestyle, faith, and probably fitness, and yeah, we're going to have some fun. So what else do you need to know about me? I don't think there's anything anyway. Okay, so in this video, I'm going to be talking about my secrets to a stress-free life. First of all, I'm going to define the word anxiety, because anxiety is like a major problem for a lot of people. Like, people are anxious all over the place, people are stressed, people are worried, and like this stuff is so predominant. Like a lot of people experience it, and I just felt like I should share things that I've learned and things that God has taught me about anxiety. First of all, anxiety, the word anxiety, according to the vocabulary dictionary, which is what I use on my phone, anxiety is an unpleasant state of mental uneasiness, nervousness, apprehension, and obsession, or concern about some uncertain event. So first of all, it's an unpleasant state, and then it's a state of mental uneasiness. You know, you might be physically, you might look like you have it all together, but then mentally, you don't have it all together. Like, it's an unpleasant state of mental uneasiness. You're nervous, and then you are obsessed or concerned about an event that, like, you don't even know the outcome, so you're uncertain. So me, I was a very, very anxious person, because I worried about let's say, littlest things. I don't know if that's a word, but let's just assume it's a word. I worried about the littlest things, like the most uncommon things. And then I was so worried because, first of all, I was asking myself, I didn't even really know that it was, a problem. It was just something I was accustomed to doing, and it's really bad because it stresses you out. And I was a stress eater, so it made me add weight it made me gain a lot of weight because I was stressed. And I was this type of person that when I'm stressed, I'll just start eating. And I never wanted to be fat because I'm a dancer, and I felt like I need to be thin. I wanted to be thin, actually. So anxiety, people are anxious. Ask yourself, first of all, why are you anxious? Like, what is making you anxious? What is making you have that? I feel like when you define a word, that's when you actually know what it means. So what is making you anxious? Like, what is making you have that state of nervousness? What is making you be obsessed about something? I feel like the first thing that makes you actually anxious is when you are worried about how the outcome of an event is going to be. Like, you don't know how it's going to turn out, so you're anxious. You're like, I have exams and I don't know how it's going to turn out, and then you're anxious. Or when you put attach too much value to something you're not meant to attach too much value to, you end up being obsessed about that particular thing, and then you're anxious. You're like, what if it's not perfect? I want it to be perfect, and this. So first of all, what is one major thing that has really helped me in not being so stressed is knowing that all those things that I'm worrying about, I don't need to worry about them. But how did you don't just wake up and get to a point where you say, okay, I realize that this thing, I'm not meant to worry about it. There's something that has to happen that has to make you realize that. Okay, so the first thing that worked for me in letting go of, becoming more peaceful, is letting go. Sometimes every time, you just need to let go. What you're troubled about, what you're worried about, I won't say it's not worth it because you might misinterpret it and think, okay, then I shouldn't care about anything. But no, like, you don't have to be anxious, you don't have to be nervous or obsessed. And why? Because God loves you, and if He loves you, and I'm not say if, and since He loves you, He's going to take care of you. 1 Peter 5:7 became like one of my favorite scriptures, because it says, casting all your cares upon Him, for He cares for you. Not because, okay, He knows what to do, not just because He knows what to do, because He cares. He actually cares about you. When you have problems, think about it. Who is the first person you think of going to? Think of going to someone who you know cares. That's why sometimes you go to your parents, go to your friends, because you feel like they care. That's what we should do. And the second, yes, you're on letting go anyway. You just need to realize that your worries are not going to really achieve anything. There's an instance that I gave someone, and I said, imagine you didn't worry. No, imagine you actually worried, and then after you worried and worried and worried and worried, you realize that what you worried about was easily solved. And then maybe you worried about a test, you were like, oh, I have test tomorrow, and then you did a lot of stuff. You maybe disrespected a lot of people because you were rushing, and then did a lot of things that you knew you regret later, but you were like, okay, this has to be worth it. And then you wake up in the morning and hear the test is cancelled. How do you feel? So worry won't really get you anywhere. And every time I realize that every single time I'm worried, every single time I'm stressed about anything, I have someone I can talk to. That's one major thing that doesn't even, that actually just, I don't even know, made my worries, like I say, disappear, because I know I always have someone to talk to. Whether it's God is the first person you should talk to, because He's the only one that understands you more than you even understand yourself. But when you also have friends that you can tell, this is what I'm going through, you don't keep everything to yourself, it also really helps not being anxious. Because when you're anxious like that, you feel like you're carrying the weight of the whole world on your head, and it's a horrible feeling, because you feel like no one understands what you're going through. You feel like you're alone, and people are saying let's do this, and you're like, I don't even want to do that. Like, I remember when I first got into university, when I was in my 100 level, I didn't really have time for fun or anything like that, because I was so worried, I was so stressed about reading, about doing other stuff. People be like, okay, let's calm down, let's play, or not even play safe, let's say go out, take a stroll. I'll be like, no. Like, every time I wanted to be working, I wanted to be doing something, I wanted to be all fired up about something. And sometimes you just need to let go. You need to let go so that you can maintain your sanity. Another thing I realized about anxiety is that when you are anxious, when you are stressed, you don't even think properly. Like, you make wrong decisions. Let's say wrong, hasty decisions. You won't think. Like, and I really did that a lot. I won't think. I'll just be like, I beg, I'm just doing this thing. I beg, I'm just going to do this thing. I beg, I don't care. And other people, I feel like, and while I was doing that, I actually felt like I was moving faster. But there is a saying that if you want to go fast, go alone. But if you want to go far, go with people. And get people with you, people that share the same values, your friends, your family members. Don't just keep them in the dark. Tell them, this is what I'm going through. Tell them, I'm feeling like this. Talk to people, because they can advise you, they can tell you this is what to do. Even if you feel like there's no one that can advise you, ask God to send someone, and then just look for somebody to talk to. Don't keep everything all to yourself. It can lead to serious depression, and it's bad. It's very bad. It's not good for your mental health. And there's another thing that really encouraged me. That's what the Bible says in Matthew chapter 26. Jesus was saying, therefore I say to you, do not worry about your life. Do not worry about what you eat or what you drink, or about your body, what you put on. And he says, is not your life more than food, and the body more than clothing? Look at the birds of the air, for they neither sow nor reap, nor gather in barns, yet your heavenly Father feeds them. Are you not of more value than they? And it says, which of you by worrying can add 1 cubit to his stature? I think this was one of the things that changed everything for me, because it says by worrying you can't even achieve anything. Like Jesus was literally telling them, you can't make yourself grow by worrying, so why are you worrying? Your worry won't change your situation. You might be worrying about, oh, what am I going to do about this, what am I going to... Your worrying won't change your situation. So it's better you just relax and then think clearly. Relax so that you can be able to think clearly, because you worrying is not going to do anything. If you sit for 1 hour and worry, you feel like you have actually done something. Like someone said, people actually feel responsible when they are getting worried, but it's wrong. You're just being worried for nothing, and then you actually didn't achieve anything. I can tell you from experience, I worried a lot, and I felt like, oh, I'm this serious person, I'm serious, I'm responsible, but I didn't achieve as much as I even wanted to achieve, because after I worried and worried and worried, what I achieved now looks so small that I feel like I should do more, and then I'm not able to do more because I'm only human. And then you now feel kind of bad and sad, and then you're alone because you're probably like distance yourself from people. You didn't talk to anybody, you wanted to be alone, you wanted to be serious. I have all these responsibilities, let me focus, I'm a serious person. And then you're done with all your seriousness, you've finished everything, and then time you want to relax, nobody's there, and you're not like, okay, what next? So it's not really worth it. And then, yes, he said, do not worry about your life. What's really interesting to me about this was Jesus was saying, do not worry about your life, but he knew that he was going to be crucified. Like, it's like, I'm telling you not to be worried, and I know that something is going to happen to me. Like, he was telling people, you have more value than sparrows, your father cares about you, don't be worried. And then he was going to be crucified, and then he was going to be betrayed by one of his closest friends, and then he was going to be betrayed by his actual closest friend, closest human friend anyway. So Jesus was saying this because he knew everything was going to turn out okay, and God has already promised us that everything is going to turn out okay. Your worry won't change anything. Your worry only stress you. Worry only give you negative results, actually, because I don't think you can't achieve anything positive from worrying. You can't. I'm telling you from experience, you can't achieve anything positive from worrying. You're just going to worry and be tired at the end of the day, and you feel like you've done a lot of things, meanwhile you did nothing. Like, that's how worrying is. You feel like, I worked today, I really studied. Like, one time the one that even really made me sit down and think at a point was when we were asked to do one assignment. Then I woke up, I was thinking about the assignment. I'm going to do this. Like, I'm not even going to waste my time talking to people today doing this. I'm just going to do this assignment. So, like, it was already a challenge for me. And then my friends also had the same assignment, but they were like so chill. And I was like, see these people, I'm the serious one. Like, see me now, preparing for this thing. And then I was already at work typing on my laptop. I was typing and typing. The assignment was meant to be 15 pages. I was typing and typing. They were eating, doing different stuff. They knew they were going to have the assignment. After I finished typing, I didn't even finish it. I saw them going to the library to go and get their own assignments done. So I was like, I already have a head start. By the time they came back, they didn't even come back after long. It didn't even take long. By the time they came back, they were done, and I was still typing. Like, I was not even halfway done. I was like, how did you do yours? Then I'm like, oh, we just copied this side and pasted it, then we just added some notes and different stuff. And I was there wasting my time, copying, and I already started, so I just had to go with it. So I wasted almost the whole day before I got the assignment done. See, there's a strength you get when you're with people. You can reason together. So yeah, there was a time that, okay, yeah, I've already established the fact that I was so anxious. And then I read, as I started, getting closer to God and studying the Bible more. Not really even studying the Bible more. I was reading some books and all, because I really like reading books, reading novels. So I was reading a lot of books, and then I came across Pastor Joseph Prince, and then I was listening to his messages about resting in Jesus' finished work and all. And then I now got And I already part of the Bible, 1 Peter 5:7, that says, casting all your cares upon him, for he cares for you. And I think that's one of the major things that really changed my life when it comes to anxiety, because like, it's your care, you're taking it upon yourself, because you feel I have to solve it on my own, I have to be the one to make this work. And you don't need to feel like that. If you continue doing that, you ignore a lot of people around you, because you're so focused on getting your goal, you're so focused on, you know, getting something. And then when you get that thing, sometimes you might feel so empty, like, is this what I really spent my time worrying and trying to get? And it's not good for your mental health, it's not good for your physical health, it's not good for relationships. When you just know that there's someone there for you that you can cast your cares on, someone you can just tell, I have this problem, like, it just makes you so free. And then people see me and be like, why do you look, some people say, okay, there was one girl that saw me, was it like very recently, and she was like, you look like you have it all together. And I'm not kidding, I started laughing, because you know, when you think about how you were before and how you are after God has worked on you, you're like so surprised and so grateful. Because when you have a problem, sometimes it's like that's the only thing you're focused on, that's the only thing you're thinking about. You're just thinking, how am I going to solve this, how am I going to get out of this? And then you're anxious, and then you're restless. People are expecting so much from you, you're expecting so much from yourself, but you just need to calm down. Know that God is in control, he's going to help you. Like, when you are sure that someone is going to help you, if you've already told someone, please can you help me get this now, and the person says, okay, I'm going to do it, and you know that person is capable, you won't worry. God is capable. He says, cast. Even when I don't want to be stressed, but I have to do something, and I know this thing is like going to contribute major stress to me, I just unplug and then come to God, and then just study and watch videos and listen to his promises, you know, things that you just want to be around loved ones when you want to unplug. When you are stressed and you want to have some relaxation time, you go to your loved ones and then you talk to them, and then you guys have fun together. That's what I do. I just come, and then I can even talk with my friends about God's promises, how you always take care of us, how you have nothing to worry about. So that's what you should. I'm a witness to that. So yeah, if you enjoyed this video, please like, share and subscribe. And I upload every Tuesday, so make sure you turn on the notification bell or button, so that you can get notified when I post new content. If you have any suggestions, anything that you feel you want to add to this video, any other ways to deal with stress or anxiety, just let me know in the comment box, and also let me know what you think about this video. You ain't gotta stress no further. See you later. Yeah.